Hey guys, Wooden Mustache, let's do a shop tour! Every workshop needs a workbench. This was actually my first build. 2x4s for the frame, slice of MDF for here and on the shelf down below, and then just a piece of hardboard on the top. I've actually never replaced the hardboard, and it's got a good eight or 9 years on it, and yeah, it's pretty dinged up, but And for a closer view of this guy, it's on these wheels. I wouldn't recommend those for something heavy like this workbench. They suck. But yeah, pretty good. You know, drill into it here and there, but it's held up. My shop is a one-car garage, so we got this big door here that it's a little drafty. I got this kit from Home Depot for the insulation on the doors, and it's worked out pretty good. This is New England, so it gets a little chilly in the winter. This is my wood holder over here to kind of stage wood out here and then bring it inside. Burn quite a bit. My full-time job is actually in IT, working on the ServiceNow platform specifically. And I'm kind of climate controlled. So I have this heater here for the winter, and then I have this air conditioner here for the summertime too. Made this drill holder a few months ago. We got mustaches for the door pulls. Yeah. And a bunch of random things in here. Gotta organize itself. Glue stuff. And then a little charging station. That's kind of a mess, but that's about what it looks like. This twin tank compressor is from California Air Tools, and it's surprisingly quiet. I have the 50-foot hose reel that's hooked up to the left of it there. Every shop has to have dust collection. Pretty happy with this. It feeds down into this 5-gallon bucket here. This changes out, very simple. Just pop this guy out, and then that swings down. You can change the bucket out pretty good. I have a few of these blue hoses. There. Yeah, they're not hooked up over there. But that's going to be a drop down for a floor sweep, which will be pretty cool. Here's a quick shot of the dust collector bucket getting dumped out. So you're probably saying, where's the vacuum? I don't see a vacuum. Well, here it is. This is a little 2.5-gallon shop vac. This was the original dust collector, and I actually took this shop vac apart and kind of cannibalized it into this little fancy thing that I hung on the wall, and then it died after like 3 uses, and that was sad. Following this black vacuum hose over to the top of this wall, and this is hooked into a Wemo switch, which a single press will turn the shop back on, and a long press will actually turn the lights off in the shop. And it's also Amazon enabled, so we can use voice commands here. Sorry about the quality of this picture, but this is the shop vac that is up above the Wemo switch that we just saw. I upgraded my panel here to 200 amps shortly after buying the house, and I'm actually 100% electric now. The boiler crapped out a month after buying the house, and I got a heat pump for my main heating, and this water heater right here is tankless. It's awesome. I highly recommend tankless. I actually have solar on the roof also, so makes it pretty good. This is my internet. I have French cleats all along this back wall here, and I actually just finished this lumber storage area maybe 2 weeks ago. I have all my clamps hanging here. I thought about making a clamp holder, but this actually gets them kind of out of the way, and this 2x10 is perfect to slam your head into, so why not slam your head into a clamp also? Here's a couple shots of that back area I was just standing in before I replaced all the insulation and put up the new plywood. The roof of the shop was uninsulated, and I installed these ProVent rafter vents to vent air from the soffit up to the ridge vent. On top of that, I put this R15 fiberglass insulation, and then on top of that, I put the 2-inch foam board, which I believe is R10. So I think I'm roughly an R25 on the ceiling. Last up, we got our fancy French cleat wall. Yeah. Recently just finished this. It was actually sheetrock for the longest time, and I was doing the old school way with 2x4. Hey, it worked. So all the sheetrock came down, put up 3/4 inch plywood. I ripped 2 sheets of plywood into French cleats, and then built this cool little miter stand for my Delta Cruiser. Awesome saw, check it out if you haven't. I would like to build a dust hood, kind of like that, and maybe go off one of these lines for the dust collection, and then make some wings and make it more efficient. Here's an old school picture when I had the 2x4 French cleats on the wall and no shed outside. This stuff's all moved out there. This masking liquid here is technically just for painting, but it also works very well as a privacy screen with multiple coats. This has 4. And we also added our fancy mustache cutout with a piece of paper and then painted over it multiple times and then meticulously cut it out. Here's a pic of the window before I had replaced it and started this siding project that I have yet to finish. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed our little shop tour today. We're going to be doing a lot more projects in the future, so stay tuned and click that subscribe. Woo! Hey guys, look at me. We got beer. Want to see a shop tour? Hey guys, it's guys for the tour. Ooh! In celebration of being dumb, look at this guy. Kind of built this as an outfeed table, kind of built it as a workbench. Doubles both, but it sucks. So let's start with the workbench. Oh man, you're crooked. Made a MDF with a hardboard top, hardwood, hardboard. 2x4s for the supports, as well. And I'm not looking at the camera. 2x4s, pretty simple. This was actually the first thing that was built out here. Out here. Go. Start with this workbench right here. This was the first thing we built. This was the first thing we actually built out here. And then built stuff all over it. Bring in for a closer view of the wood bench. My workshop was all blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Go. Just like these. Put this dust deputy in and whoop. I upgraded this electrical. Actually, my water heater. Tankless is the way to go. If you can figure out what I'm gonna say. In the house. The radiant was awesome when it worked though. But last up, the French cleat wall. Ooh! Last but not least, we have our French cleat wall. This was actually originally plywood. Plywood? I had plywood up here. Plywood. This was actually originally plywood. Plywood. This sheetrock. Into French cleats and threw those up. I think I got some left over down here. Delta, and we actually just built this miter station We. Why do I keep saying we? We. So we just finished this lumber storage area on the back wall here. Was that English? It's French cleated. I love French cleats.